Today we want to speak about Zaha Hadid and the Russian avant-garde. It's an especially interesting relationship because it combines the core interest of the Galerie Gmurzynska, which has been the pioneer in Russian avant-garde since 1965, and Zaha Hadid, who did her thesis in 1976 on Malevich under the great architect Rem Koolhaas. As we said in our previous video, we connected in 2010 for a major exhibition that we did with her on suprematism. But before that, in '92, she did this extraordinary design for the Guggenheim in New York for the Great Utopia exhibition, which was a show that focused entirely on the Russian avant-garde of the 20th century. Now, one word about the Russian avant-garde. It is a movement that had an extraordinary impact. It is one of the main sources for the minimalist movement in America. It is a constant reminder of the importance of equality in artists between female and male artists, which was the case with the Russian avant-garde, like no other movement of the 20th century early on. It was an equal element of applied arts, architecture, fine arts, theater, poetry. Similar levels of all those different art forms were equally respected in Russia. All of these elements fascinated Zaha Hadid. When we did our first show with Zaha in 2010, she did a selection of Russian avant-garde works that were of particular interest to her, and she did the architecture in the gallery. Then another marker that is important in this relationship with the Russian avant-garde and Zaha Hadid is the 2014 Malevich retrospective at the Tate. Again, Zaha got involved. The BBC asked her to do a major documentary on that exhibition. We were asked to do a small portion of that as an interview with her. And she pointed out one particular painting. It was a painting that is considered by many probably one of the most important Malevich paintings after the Black Square. It's a 1917 disillusioning of a form. It is a largest suprematist painting. And she points out why she likes this painting, why she thinks it's so extraordinary that an artist in 1917, was painting something that is supposed to disappear off its surface. And my slip here about 2017 only simplifies and explains the reason why it is still up to date today. Malevich is as current as it was at the early 20th century.
What I like about it is that it has one very hard edge. It's a geometric form, but I call it wishes to the edge. So it goes almost to infinity. The space beyond on the right, you don't know where it's going. It could go at infinite space. So the idea of this gradation is also very interesting. Like, it's not a pure form, but it's gradated form. I find that very exciting.
Now, we're standing here in a room where we have put together a few works that relate to suprematism and architecture. The book that we published in 2010 with Hatje Kans on Zaha Hadid and suprematism is worthwhile having a look at. She specially designed a cover for it and a pop-up installation as well. So we invite you to explore the several relationships between Zaha, the Russian avant-garde, her architecture, the influence that it had on her architecture, especially early on, especially when you look at the Hong Kong Peak project. Please come and have a look.